So with the new X1, we've obviously kept all the warning lights and the fuel light from the SXR 1500. So obviously that's pretty important for a recreational boat. We want to see if you obviously getting low on fuel, especially if you're out in the surf like what I'm going to be. And I want to be able to monitor how much fuel I've got, make sure I can get back. So obviously important. But yeah, you can see fuel light is on at the moment. Got the warning light. Gas obviously just on the front. But yeah, super fun boat for a 4-stroke. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. So obviously I love riding in the surf. Years and years ago I used to ride super jets a lot in the waves, but now that I've got obviously in tune with the 4-strokes, I like the 4-stroke power. I like not going to spark plugs all the time. I like the way the power delivers, and like something like this with a tune on it, probably close to 175, 180 horsepower. So having that at the end of the throttle is really good. You just can't get that out of a 2-stroke, and with the way it delivers the power. So yeah, obviously when I decided to make the X1, the main reason for it was I wanted something to ride in the surf. I wanted to ride one of my own products, and back in my younger days, I used to do barrel rolls and backflips and all of that stuff in the surf. But nowadays I don't really enjoy to do it. I like doing 180s, big re-entries. I like launching these things high into the air, and obviously I used to use my race boats for that. But the problem with the race boat is the bond flange is really low on the front. So when you are riding a wave, or if you're in rough water, the boats typically want to grab off the nose because that's what makes them turn, but that also makes them sub. So if you're wanting to go like surf a wave, like a surfer or somebody, similar to what they do on like the free ride boats, you just couldn't do that on a race boat, because it would, as soon as you go onto the face of the wave, it wants to nosedive. So obviously with this having the big front, it's going to obviously have all that buoyancy in the nose, allow you to surf the waves like what I want to. I want to be able to punch the lip and hit big re-entries, and this boat's going to be able to do it. So yeah, really stoked on how it turned out. Can't wait to get it out into the waves and get some good footage for you guys. But yeah, I think sick. So the feel compared to my race boats is, a lot of it is in the setup. Like, I really try to make this boat a lot looser, not as much drive. What makes a good race boat is all that drive, like that connection to the water, but that also is what you don't want when you're really just trying to have a playful boat. Because a race boat, it really turns amazing, has all that hookup, but it is really connected to the water. Where with something like this, I wanted it more relaxed, I wanted it looser. It actually makes a lot more speed top end, because it's not driven down into the water so deep. So the acceleration is actually a lot peppier, because it's not sucked down. It's more playful, and it's poppier. So like if you come and find a boat wake or something like that, you can hit it and just pop off it. It's going to be great for jumping, hitting the wakes behind these wakeboard boats and the wake surf boats. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, but you still got like the big size. It's very stable. So with the big tray, and obviously we've got the cap hood, which is the way to go. Gives a lot of structure to the side of the boat, but also just for keeping water out of it. Without having the hood seal so low, having it up higher, it definitely is the way to go for keeping these 4-strokes dry. And yeah, gives them a stiffer feel too, which is something that I liked. But yeah, super playful, and actually still turns really good too. So this, you definitely could go rip the buoys with it. But it just depends on what you're wanting to do. And like I said, a lot of it's in the setup. Like for instance, no nose and wings on this boat, and the reason for that is, well, first of all, if you're going to go jump and do all these things on the surf, and you're going to land on the side, you don't want anything that's going to break off the boat. And even though the wings and the nose are up high on the top deck, it makes the boat feel bigger, and with them removed, the water can come up the deck a lot more, so it actually makes the boat feel a lot more nimble and much more playful because of the way the water actually comes over the body of the boat and sucks it into the turns. So it gives it like a more nimble, twitchier, you know, playful feel, I'd probably say is the right word. And you don't have to worry about breaking stuff off if you're doing a re-entry or something like that on a big wave. It's just a better setup for this application. So yeah, little something different from the race boats that we normally make. And obviously this is not designed or intended to take on these two-stroke purpose-built free ride and freestyle skis. This is not for that. This is for somebody like me. I like to race, I do like to jump and ride in the surf, and I don't want a small little, like tiny little two-stroke. I wanted something with a lot of power. I wanted something I could boost high off the waves with the stability, so, and when they land, they don't sink into the water and fall over. They land and like you can drive off right out of the jump. And I just like the size. I like the size. I like the four-stroke engine. I like the power of the four-stroke. And you know, obviously there's pros and cons between the two-stroke and the four-stroke. So you know, you don't want to sink four strokes all the time. So with the two strokes, you can obviously be riding on the surf, you can mess up and really sink it, get it running on the beach. The four stroke's going to be a bit of a bigger deal, that's for sure. But I don't plan on you know, obviously putting this thing on the bottom of the ocean anytime soon. Not by plan anyways. So yeah, for me, I want the reliability and the feel of that power. And for me, I want to surf the waves, big 180s, big launches. I'm not really worried about barrel rolling or backflipping on something like this. I'll leave that stuff to Mark Gomez. So yeah, stoked. Thing's super fun, and can't wait to spend more time on it.